both for me. I'm not a, but me we eat the green Julie, you know, but the ripe one, me not really take tea.
It's too softy.
Yeah, and it has this acidic thing to it too. I don't know, that's me. Then again, I'm quite unique, so.
Artie's Julie Mango.
Listen up, I'm a Artie's, right?
Artie's Julie Mango.
Sauce of East Indian me eat. Me never know no other mango. Any mango free Artie's, but no play the people of East Indian know and Julie too. You try to pass it, yeah?
Walk wide.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand why this light is in my eye.
But it looks
okay. About mango. Me there listen to that about mango and I think, oh, me have to take out a small loan to buy a mango over here. Very expensive.
Really? Like how much? What kind of mango you get though? The Spanish mango?
Like most of them come from the Philippines, I think. But we not even know what type of mango. But the little one, the big one, them very expensive.
And dear.
And what's with deer?
And we buy it, we buy it, and then when they reach home, not good. Like them kind of. What I mean by expensive, like say, you'd get one mango for like 1,500 yen, and that's like yen to Jamaican are like 1 to 1, roughly. So it'd be like, yeah, them expensive. They're expensive. Mr. One time for $600, but I did one little one.
A joke, sweet.
Yeah, them expensive, man.
And then you go man in Fluxy? No.
Most of the time it's Fluxy. Most of the time.
Maybe you can take a juice. Some in a syrup feel. Because you know, if you just wash it off, you will get a decent eat. But them soak it in a like pineapple ginger syrup or you know something with that tastes all right with the mango.
But me not too stress it because like it kind of build up the when you go Jamaica now you kind of get the real thing them and it better. It just you know you have some extra to look forward to. So me not bother too stress it. Me just start me wait till me reach home.
Look here, wanna see some light in my glasses?
Little bit.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hold on.
Not bad.
You know.
It's not distracting.
When I see that Joseph.
Very subtle.
I don't understand why.
Message you thing, but me not see you. What just happened? I was
yeah, man, you know if you see me.
Oh, okay. Who you not seeing, Caroline?
Yeah,
But you look like me I see her on YouTube.
Oh, you know, some should have turned on that.
All right, so I guess the folks are there on YouTube are watching.
Yeah, remember say on the live now.
What?
Yeah, if you have no secret, not to talk to you.
It's a good way to say what I know to say.
So I don't know who's the host going to take on the duties now and start up the thing.
We are waiting for Joseph. Joseph, you ready?
Anytime. We just wait for the signal from Caroline.
Oh, are you ready for me? All right.
You have your thing set, Caroline?
Yeah, man. We take off the glasses because I don't like the light in my eye.
I'm going to give you the team song.
Right.
And remember, as usual, Caroline said the team song short.
Yeah.
Phone on silent.
And everybody on put on mute on the mic until we're ready for you now. That except Caroline and Danny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why keep doing that?
Welcome, everybody. My name is Caroline Cooper.
My name is Danny Campbell. And this is Big Tingz A Gwaan. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, man. Today, International Mother Language Day. UNESCO says so. And we are going to talk to some of the Jamaican young people and what teach and big up for their mother language, Jamaican, on YouTube. Not true?
That's it, Caroline. I mean, also, only people never hear that they were in them life, mother language, and that means they have a father language. Well, I know. Well, I'm telling about it. I know you don't have no father language. Not that I know of. Because mother...
English our father language.
Then we're more... But you know, say I have a point that's about. I'm going to go and build it over the head. So this year, UNESCO set up International Mother Language Day to celebrate difference in a culture and language, and them keep it up from 2000, right? From the year 2000. So I just
know. 20 years, 22 years, and Jamaica still not ready for it. Me brought up the Gleaner today, you know. Me email the news editor. Me say, look, today International Mother Day, a time for Gleaner do something about it.
So what them say?
Me not get the answer.
Well,
he give me one smiley face because.
But you know what? I know we want I go through this a struggle, this a fight here for mother language, you know. It's happen all over the world. And this year, the team, what am I use? Using technology for multilingual learning, challenges and opportunities. So the technology, the computer, the everything where we have with dispose with internet and computer, it can actually help with, right? And then I look on the challenges as well, the problem them where you're faced with it. Now, Caroline, enough people, when it comes to your mother language, whether in a Jamaica or elsewhere, all heap of people feel like, say, a bad language in the chat. In a Jamaica now, them always as a beat the picking of them, say, no chat Patwa, a broken English, just what there, me ear smaddy. I tell some pitney, one educator, I tell some pitney say, Patwa, a broken English. Me have to run quick. I can just imagine me, you know. Me run quick, go in there and say, please, not teach them that. And me end up have to teach him about him language. And him start look funny different. But you know, so for some, it take a while for them, you know, get in on it. So
and how the people them bring up, you know. From them a pitney, people them mama and them papa teacher them and not so much them mama and them papa because that's the language pretty people chat at the yard. But still, people them beat it in them head say if you stop chat bad. Even same time the people them, the mama and the papa them talk the same language and them tell the people they know for chat. You know?
But you know
it's bad, man, it's bad.
You can't blame them 100% because all of that come over from, you know, from back in the slavery days, all of that is a little thing we follow back away. Be a spy, you know, we want to be better. You know, we want to know so we are doing something good. And in a few head, because from back then, they make me feel like, you know, we skin color not good, we face not good, everything but we not good, including the language. So we kind of have to
mental slavery, as Marcus Garvey said. You see, that we have to emancipate ourselves. That's our Garvey said. We can't sit down wait for anybody to emancipate, you know. And we have to look in the mirror and say, what wait? Me look good, man. I mean, make nobody tell me say me ugly. I be chat good. How we have to do it? How we have to do it? Nobody now go free way up. How we have to do it?
We have to do it.
That's the thing. How we have to emancipate ourselves. God, we say none but ourselves can free the mind. Mind is your only ruler. You know, and if say we don't use your mind, the person, it's funny, then when I use for their mind, them are going to use their mind and use your mind for you. So we have to emancipate yourself, man. That damn foolishness, man. Time for we to stop this nonsense.
Man, I know, and so may I tell you how long all you, Caroline, I try so till you all I write every week in a paper. And some of we love pretend like we can read what you're writing, but we still not gonna learn how to write it. What wrong with me?
That's our one problem. But let me tell you something, you know. The same time I write the editor about Mother Language Day, I said to him, imagine yesterday, my column come out in a Jamaican. And me realize now, you know, for a good couple months now, the people that stop crying about the language, you know, 17 people post comment on the Gleaner website. Not a single one said nothing about the language. Everybody I talk about the content. When me say, I said victory, man, big victory. Not even one they get comment about when me are writing at this language. Everybody read the language, understand the language, them cost me. When me I say, Kate and William not come here, we must be hospitable, and plenty of people them agree with me, say where them I go. You know? So the language is from in the 1990s. Me I write for Observer, you know, 1 week in English, 1 week in Jamaican. And the amount of cussing me get is a good thing me have strong heart.
You will be all right. But you know what, Caroline? When it comes to mother language now, when it comes to language in general, we have to remember, say, we feel open up with mind and we feel learn to accept people. Because we have a dirty attitude where if I know feel we same thing, we don't want here, we want force down people sin, feel we same thing down people throat. And somehow we not see it not reach to it and it not apply then. We go on like it not apply till it reach to it. So same thing.
Where you think about?
I know Ongo Patwa mother language in a Jamaica, you know, you did know?
Yeah, plenty. You have a few people where English are their mother language.
All right. And you have Jamaican Sign Language,
yes,
which is not US Sign Language, but Jamaican Sign Language. So you know, said that the sign language they know have vibes, because a language take on the attitude, the vibes of it people. You have English and you have Chinese too. You have mother language Chinese people. Speakers, people who chat Chinese in a Jamaica, yeah. So that would
yeah.
Yep.
So we have to big up other people mother language, but the mother language we get the pressure in a Jamaica, a Jamaican. That's the one we get the pressure, and it makes a fight so hard for people respect with language. You promise Louise Bennett. Look how she much things she write. If try to show it the value of the language. Them put up big statue to Miss Lou in our garden town. You think them would have put up one big statue to Miss Lou in the Ministry of Education, in the curriculum. That's how them put up the statue to Miss Lou and start using Jamaican language in the curriculum. All them I don't know. The people them can't talk Jamaican, but then not teach them to read and write. Them not take the language serious except to just chat. And the Ministry of Education need to stop it. They need to come in the 21st century and recognize the mother language our people learn with.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, the research, they back it up. The Jamaican language, the research show them. UNESCO itself have the research to show them. So look, man, when a picnic learn in the language when chat and yard, when most comfortable in it no mash up, nothing to do with no other language. So if you want to learn 50,000 other language, as a matter of fact, you learn the next 50,000 language.
Easy. Me tell you, say, me tired to tell this story. Me go one primary school for Heritage Month, and me decide to get it talking in Jamaican. And when me done, you know, pick them say, Miss, when you coming back? You know, when you come back? Yeah. And after we done the little talk and the principal having a little reception, and she said to me, she don't understand why we can't only use the language for like literature for Miss Lou poem, but for nothing else. And she give me, when she tell me this little story, it hurt my heart. She said, she see one little boy running at the schoolyard and she stopped him and she asked him, whose class are you in? You can pick the look on her and say, hey, miss, whose class are you in? Hey, miss? I'll tell him, say enough, he say, hey. Because here one of them nasal in a Jamaican language, but sure so you don't understand what this mother say. And she catch up on herself and she say, oh, you teacher. And the people immediately tell her, oh, I'm teacher. Him know him teacher, him don't know English. And I said to myself, can you imagine that little picnic in a school, if the teacher them are teaching her English, whole day I sit down in a class and say, hey, miss, you don't know what go on.
Fall asleep. Yeah, for real.
Wickedness.
Me think at high time now. Me think we live in a time now where we can move past all of this. We have all the information at hand.
Yeah. But you
say no more.
But when I tell you, Danny, me think that them have certain people in this country when no want certain people to learn English. So when we tell them say use mother language, to make the people them learn English. They must fight against it because they're well satisfied with the situation the way it is. But if I tell this next story, me as one woman will work at Ministry of Education and say, she don't mind if everybody not pass CXC, English and Maths, because if everybody pass, who's going to be our helper and our data helper? So
then
the
she
oppression...
about it, say our data helper and our helper can't have English to one subject and
oppression of going from generation to generation, and they should even understand. So our helper, we can read and write and understand maths is a good something, but of course, if the people them have them the kind of qualifications, then can pay them like a monkey money where them pay them so-called helper, because them don't realize that being a household worker is a very technical operation. And you have to be intelligent to do good housework. But they don't respect household worker. So that is why they must say they don't want them to read and write, because they then can't take liberty with them and pay them like a monkey money. But I tell you, say Jamaica, we're not easy. We're not easy. We oppress one another instead of we try to lift up everybody and make the society a little better.
Wow. I can't believe somebody said that. But anyway,
yeah, so me hear me there, so me get it, so me give it.
Address it, me go on bad. So right here, we are going to go in at the main part of the show. Because and still I get a fight from the big people them in a society, them now in a school, and the how much 100,000 Jamaican pitney who for mother language are Jamaican now get lesson in a them own language. That's because some people think that Jamaican no got no structure. And you can't teach it, but not go so. So we're glad so we have a set of young people now see them on the screen who now listen to the full argument them. And them are teach the Jamaican to the whole world on the internet. Today, from Big Tingz A Gwaan, we have Jania Samaro, me butcher the name, who are the big woman where run the YouTube channel Jamaican Sinting. She set up the channel about 10 years back, but she did take some time off. Now she come back with the new things for the nearly 39,000 who sign up to our channel. Welcome, Jania. We also have Xavier Murphy, who run the YouTube channel Jamaicans. The channel they link to the Jamaicans.com website, where Xavier start way back in a 95, when most people in Jamaica never have no internet, including myself here. Now, the website got about 70,000 people that follow it, and about 400,000 odd people view the website, about 500,000 times. Welcome, Xavier. Glad to have you. Next, we have Andre Cuff, who are the man where run the YouTube channel Chat Patwa. The channel have more than 10,000 people who sign up. Andre did take a little time off to write him book what just come out. Wow, big up yourself, Andre. The book named Jamaican Patwa. Get past your man and speak.
No, yeah man.
Get past your man and speak Jamaican for real. Okay, welcome, Andre. Shanae Grant of the newest YouTube channel in the set, yeah? For our channel named Shan's Patwa Academy, where she set up in 2020. Welcome, Shanae. And before we go into the discussion, make we catch a little piece of Jania Samaro. Please, forgive me if I butcher the name.
Samaru.
Jania Samaru. For our channel, Jamaican Sinting. So we'll catch a little piece of Jania. We ready? We ready? Are we not ready?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Can I have a patty? A what? A patty. A what? Come on, I want a patty. You mean to tell me, say, we just turn the back a little bit. All right, I'm 9 years old. But you don't forget all of the teacher already, all right, Patwa? Come. We, I got school. We are going past school. Lesson time. school uniform now, so you're ready for school. We're going to talk about what you want for now. What you want for now? What you want for now? What you want for now? What do you want to eat? So, me could try this again, my daughter. I want a patty. I want a patty. Want a patty.
Me want a patty.
Whoa! Hold on there. Me could do it again. Me want a patty.
Me want a patty.
Me want a patty.
Me want a patty.
Another way we will say it is, me want one patty. Me want one patty.
Me want one patty.
Me want one patty.
Me want one patty.
Yes, all right. You see, look like the uniform at work. All right, next. Me want nyam one patty. Me want nyam one patty.
Me want yam one patty.
Me want nyam one patty.
Me want yam one patty.
Yes, so put it together now. Me want nyam one patty.
Me want yam one patty.
My goodness, what you look like, say you're ready for dropping at the yard, man. Me want nyam a patty.
Me want yam a patty.
Me want nyam a patty.
Me want yam a patty.
So, which one of them you think you can say readily? If me say to you, what you want for nyam?
Me want yam one patty.
All right, big up yourself. Jamaican patty is a delightful, savory, flaky shell pastry. Traditionally, it began with us using meat like ground beef or chicken. But nowadays, you can get a Jamaican patty made with seafood like lobster and shrimp, curried goat meat, or even soy and vegetable for the vegan or vegetarian palate.
I was muted. All right. That's interesting stuff in Caroline.
Yes, man. She have gone good. And the little bit they catch on good. And me like how she tell her to put it together, man. You can't just pick the word them. You have to put them together to get the flow. Yeah.
I don't go one thing, me I go say something, but me not say nothing yet. But me have to say something, cause it just it about me. All right.
What about you?
The writing, man, that's all. Not nest, because I know say enough people don't know about the writing system, you know. Me glad still, you know. Me very,
man, that's how the chaka where the people them use the English spelling and kind of fix it up to try and make it represent we sound them. But you remember Mr. Frederick Cassidy, he make up a whole system direct for few language. And people don't know say it in the dictionary of Jamaican English from 1967. You know long that come out 67 and through Ministry of Education not take few language serious. Then I teach people them to read and write in the language. So plenty of people don't even know. So we have a writing system where one proper linguist develop few language.
It's up to people like people who teach, people who you will go study linguistics like myself, yeah. People who know all the writing system go, we have to teach picking them. Look at me teaching school, yeah, you know, and look at me can tell you, for me picking them, then no office, then no little me I take time should be in and take time should be in. Whether me I teach articles, look you know. You see when I don't tell them and teach them how to write it, me I'll write Patwa on the board and them I read it now. And then say miss, I go start write my Patwa. So that's
how we have to do it. That's how we have to do it. Subversion. Go underneath. Dig underneath the foundation and make the whole scam system collapse. Go in little.
Caroline, I can't manage. All right. Big discussion time now. Caroline, I want to take over.
Me fi take over now?
Yeah, man.
All right. All right. We want to ask all of the guests them now. Okay? We want to know. Say, when we could decide to start up, you know, this teaching a Jamaican.
So we have to start somewhere. So make we start with We just play. Jenny.
We want to know where you come from, what kind of work you do. And then, all right, let me start this first before we answer the first question we may ask. Tell me where you come from, what kind of work you do. One. Who want to go first?
Jenia.
All right, I will go first. How will I do this? Because you know the one, Danny Q.
Danny. About the English name.
And
Danny Q. Danik. You know.
Fancy spelling for the name, man.
Fancy. Because we know we can't twang sometime too, you know.
We can't twang in a spelling.
The mother can't spell in her mother language. Eat, I just say in there.
You see.
She just before her time. But anyway.
All right. So my name Jania Samaru. And where me come from? The one Danny said.
Westmoreland.
How she can't tell, say, me kind of come from townish. Me don't really come from town. Me kind of in between, to be honest. My family lives in Yellow St. Thomas. Big up on itself. I know they're watching online every time. Yes. And I was a student at the school called Alpha Primary in Kingston. And then went on to Sandra High School. Can you know, say, I said, I'm going to have to twang like a bit. So big up.
Let me tell you something. Sandra High School now turn Andrews. So try your best.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that's just a little about, you know, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I have a background, not
in
All
Jamaican.
right. You see what really happened. I'm gonna explain a little. So it's what really happened. You see, when you're in between, it's like you have to really focus your brain to make sure say you hold the Jamaican language consistently, because typically I fluctuate between English and the Jamaican language a lot. So
I'm
gonna try my best, right?
When people that parade on internet, them figure say them have to touch up themselves.
Yes, a mental thing, you know, really a mental thing. But when you do it only per time, it get like easier, right?
Yeah,
and so I'm really glad for this effort by the JLU for really try to promote and push, you know, the awareness locally. Because let me tell you something, you know, the only problem, the only part we have a problem locally.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the people that love the language.
Me live. So, you know, I say where they come from, but for the last 2008, I married one Trini, and him came away from me yard, and I've been living overseas ever since. This is now
Trinidad or where?
No, at the fourth country now me living into now, my dear. From South America, Middle East, now US.
What work him do?
Me can Braadkyaas do well on my business. Let us just say we're not in the army.
Oh, he was a diplomat. All right.
But you know, what really happened when you know, traveling all over like that? Boy, really develop a greater appreciation, which me did really have growing up. Because background as a kid, as a little picnic kid, I used to perform at JCDC and them kind of thing there. Alfonso Walker from the late Alfonso Walker from CPTC. We did you know, me used to perform in our own program where him did run and things. So, you know, I've always had that interest in our language, our culture. But when we go overseas, it's like, especially when I had my daughter, my first daughter, I said, no, man, I need to really maintain my culture, my language, and start, you know, just teach her a little, even though as you can see, she she understand everything, but she just never talk it, you know. But
receptive competence themselves versus productive competence. You understand what I'm saying?
any which way me get, whether me go in a the twang version or the racha, she understand. Cause you know, as Jamaicans, once we start to get emotional, if you're upset, you know, say that you draw right? Or
heart language.
Exactly, because of your heart language, your mother language. So that's just a little bit about me at this time. Thanks.
All right, who want to go next? Xavier, you will come in.
All right. Yes. Greetings, everybody. Thanks for this opportunity here. Big up to the language unit there. I can't tell you enough how much my heart just love it. Bad. Jamaicans.com started, boy, I mean, young in the internet time, 1995, old like my daughter, my oldest daughter. And really and truly, when we started out, there's nothing out there really about Jamaican. So we said, well, we'll put something out. Yeah. And when we put it out there, people start asking about the language. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going back into, I'm switching now. I used to say it was a dialect. I was one of those. I was one of those people. Even though I have a website with a full-out Jamaican dictionary and all this stuff, I used to say the same thing. And it wasn't until a linguist licked me in my head.
Who that?
I said, my youth, I don't remember who, but somebody said to me, say, listen, you know, because you talk about the structure, you talk about it, and no grammar, and no this, and no that. And the linguist looked at me and said, listen, my youth, let me drape you up here. Let me tell you something. All language start out the way here. All right? May I tell you right here now. All language. And no structure was about till pen and paper develop. Once they create pen and paper, that is how things start to have grammar and all of them.
No, man, no, man. Me don't know. It's a good thing. You can't remember the name of the linguist because language have structure long before pen and paper. Because the language make we can say the same kind of sentence them over and over. You understand?
Yes.
All the pen and paper do, I'll fix it and record it, but it not get the structure. The structure did it. Anyhow,
you know the structure did it, but in a formalized way is what they were trying to think there. But
all right.
The nail in the coffin for me was my Panamanian friend. Two things happened. And the Gleaner have it. The Gleaner have this, when I tell you about. One youth write a letter in the Gleaner, say him there Russia.
Yeah.
Come to Russia, him say, boy, when him look, check it out, him roommate come from Costa Rica and him roommate, him not speak Spanish. Or him gonna talk to him roommate and him a Jamaican. My youth say when him start talk Patwa to the Costa Rican understand fully. Because them have Mecca tell you in Costa Rica. That's what them call Patwa, Mecca tell you. But my Panamanian friend licked me with something even bigger. I said, listen, on the coast of Costa Rica, way back in Panama, way back in the days, right? The people, you can say to them, boy, talk to them and they spoke English. They don't have a clue. They don't understand English. They understand Spanish, she said, and they understand Patwa. She said to me, them said, look up in the sky. I am born in the sky. Iron bird is in the sky. A plane is in the sky. I just started you tell me all about that. And at that point, I became the person that just said yes.
Jamaican, them go to Central America, we carry language, we carry culture.
Yeah. Exactly.
You talk about that, you go to Japan, we go to Japan, people them there, some of them don't know English, them know Jamaican.
Because them learn it not for them through the music too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just want to take that time, Xavier, to say sitting because you know, say a whole heap of people think say dialect mean broken or some kind of Creole. Not go say no. A dialect of one language, you see, is a variety of it. Version. So in America, you have American English, that's a dialect of English. And then you have Britain, the Cockney, the Scottish, them their dialects in Australia. Australian English is a dialect of English. So that
remember,
is
no, you know, Danny, co-host, remember, says Scotland speaks Scottish. Scottish is a different language than English, you know, it's not a dialect of English. So I just have to push in that.
They have one version to man. They have one version that sound a little different. So, Patwa could never be a dialect of English because you have people who chat English who, if you chat pure Patwa from down St. Elizabeth, them say, they don't know what you say. They can never. And the one thing where dialect have in common, everybody can understand them one another.
Exactly. And let me not leave out, you ask, where am I from? I lived in Gaza before Gaza became Gaza. I lived in Edgewater and I went to Jamaica College. and now I live in Kingston 21.
You went to university?
No, I came here to school here. I came to Kingston 21, which is South Florida.
Yes. So you did your tertiary in Florida?
Yes.
What you studied?
I studied marketing.
Good.
Good for jump down in a language then, Xavier. Good
so
for
big
me.
up for Jamaicans.com is a brilliant concept, brilliant idea. Yeah,
Thank you.
We're going, Xavier. We're gonna have Shan next, and then we have Mr. Chat Patwa.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. I feel kind of like, you know, the baby among the vets, but you know, thanks so much. All right, so my name is Shanae, but I go by Shan on the internet. I'm Patwa. I come from St. Catherine. Well, St. Catherine, kind of St. Mary, kind of St. Anne, depending on how you look at it. Me use all three parishes for whichever one is more convenient.
Enough. Anyone who ever really come from one parish, really think about it.
But me literally come from three, because I come from one place named Geisel, and that's literally in three parish them. So depending on how convenient it is, you know, like sometimes you're there somewhere you want to leave early, so you tell, like me, that Spanish town, when I said, well, I come from St. Mary, I have to leave now. You know them way they say use it conveniently if you get right. So basically come from all three of those parishes, yeah.
Which you not tell with the three of them? You did tell with the three of them?
Yeah, me say it again. St. Catherine, St. Mary, and St. Anne.
Oh yes, all right.
Because if you know about Geisel is on all three. It's in all three parishes. Right. So for school, I have a background in, I did my undergraduate degree in international relations with a Spanish and gender, double minor in Spanish and gender studies. And I did my master's degree in education. So I'm a teacher, by the way. I'm currently teaching English in Japan. And when I started, what got me interested in Jamaican Patwa, when I was teaching in Jamaica, I had the experience of having like the slower students. We used to teach the slower kids them. And I taught social studies for like a semester. I was subbing for a teacher who was on maternity leave, and the students never really get the stories in the social studies book. So I used to break them down in a Patwa and just tell them the stories, right? And then for the exams, like they got, their grades got higher for the exams, right? So the principal was like kind of impressed. She never know the method. She was just, you know, kind of impressed with the results of that. And then I moved to another school now, and I also had like the slower kids. And I taught literature at that school, and them really could manage like the Shakespeare and the them the kind of stories. So the principal, I don't know if the principal or the head of the department or whatever, they had this brilliant idea to make those group of kids do Elkanah Rule's book. I don't know if you know about Elkanah Rule. He's a Jamaican author, and he wrote Man from Jamaica Hills. Him write King Marauders of Boer Peace, and him write Come Back Old Iron Blue. I think that's the most popular book that he wrote. So we did those books. And because it was so relatable to the students, and it was set in St. Catherine, and the school was in St. Catherine, so the penny them didn't know the name of the places, and the book, like the Patwa parts in the book, and it was very captivating. So them kind of did, I don't know, me think them did do well for that year there, you know, because we did do that school there. But at the time, like Jamaican Patwa never really think none of it at the time. So when I come to Japan now, I'm a meet like you said, you come to Japan and some of the people them can't talk English, but them can talk Jamaican Patwa. I've had that experience so many times, right? Where them whether the music or all of that, I've had that experience. But what made me start we can't talk about that now, or you can ask you that later.
Yeah, man, you can't talk about it, man.
So what made me really start now, I remember going to this new school. It was in 2019. I went to this school, and after I introduced myself and all of that, one teacher come up to me and she said, "Wagwan." She said, "Wagwan, you good?" Right? So I'm afraid no. So I start talking to her in a Patwa, but you know language, you only know if you introduce yourself. So she never really understand the rest of me, right? But the Wagwan and whatever. So I say, I never think nothing of it, because, you know, once me always, like when we say me come from Jamaica, people always say like, then we say the Wagwan if they know the Jamaican Patwa, but usually them can't really go no further than that. Sometimes they can. I go to some Jamaican restaurants sometime, and the people them blow me away with the Patwa, I tell you. But in this particular case now, she came back like another time. We never met up every day, but the next time I saw her, she come back with some books, and they were Jamaican Patwa books in Japanese, right? And she was like, I even bought the book. I even bought one of the books. This is what one of them look like, right? So it says Jamaica here, right? And it's a Japanese to Jamaican translation. And she brought the book to me, and she was like, yeah, me I studied the book, and she told me about her husband, and her husband is like, him have a regular day job, but him hobby like one selector or something like that with the Jamaican music. So him deep in the Patwa, and I guess it's a rubber fancy or whatever.
Him Japanese too.
Yeah, man, two of them are Japanese. And she, like, every week now, should have come and should have asked me, like, what a phrase in a Jamaican Patwa and stuff like that. Some would have just teach her one phrase when we buck up in her or whatever. And then the pandemic started, so she did stop come and work. And, like, for a while, you know, Japan is shut down and everything, so I start do, like, online English classes. But I was teaching on an app, and on the app, I did 3 introductions. So me do like one English one Japanese one, and one Jamaican Patwa one. Now, what if the students them come on to do English, but when them say the Jamaican Patwa part, they wanna say, that language look cool, more you teach me that I want to learn and stuff like that. So then we start teach Jamaican Patwa, and I met so many people from so many places. You'd be surprised, and some of them Patwa turn up like them. I mean, so wait. So tell me how you learn Patwa, and that's when it hit, like, this is more than just broken English or whatever. I never really saw it as broken English, but me really realize now, so people outside of Jamaica really appreciate Jamaican Patwa. And then when I always ask them, like, why y'all learn Jamaican Patwa, or how you learn it, or stuff like that. And in 90% of the times, it started from the music. Like, them fall in love with reggae music, or fall in love with dancehall or something, and then they want to learn hear what them say, so them dive a little deeper into it. And yeah, it just I don't know. So that's how all of that started for me. That's why I started the YouTube channel after the pandemic kind of eased. Well, when we started going back to work in 2020, I didn't have time to talk to all of these people anymore. So I started making some videos for some of the persons who I would talk to regularly. And then I just put it up on YouTube. And later on, I realized that, like, my nieces in the US, they would watch the videos because them couldn't talk Patwa either. Kind of remind me of Jania daughter, you know, them a twang. And when them try to say something in Patwa, it's so twangy, I say, you kind of chuckle a little bit. So I noticed it was helping them. And then it kind of snowballed into people like asking me questions, like question immediately after go do research. And then Xavier's website came in handy, and then Jane and Chad Potter me if you do research, and I said, oh, this mean? Until me even start buy book on them something that like me have a little Patois library, a little Patois library now.
You're going good, man. You're going good.
Snowballed into all of these things, and then you realize that because I teach English as a second language, and then I would think like, no, my constant thought is like, how would I say that? Like if I think about something in Japanese, and then I said, this is how you say it in English, my automatically think, how would I say that in a Patois? And then you realize that it's literally a language with its own everything, own structure, own spelling, own everything. So very legitimate. And I've had like comments about on YouTube about like, it's not a language or stuff like that. And you know, me just resolve it with like, I know my ministry for kind of convince you it's a language, but me go on do this until you catch up, you know, until you reach the level where we depend, we're gonna go and do the work so that by the time you reach over here, so it's just easier for you. You know?
Yeah, you can't waste no time on them, man. You can't waste no time on them.
Really, all right. And some people it's gonna take longer for some people, and you just have to give them the grace and the time and say, all right, take your time. But while you take your time, we are gonna go and do the work, and then when you're ready, this are there to feel.
That's right. And we have a clip because obviously Shan, she do the work, you know. When we say girls students and can research and so, you know, we tell you, say passion, man. Passion will make you do things and unearth things, find things about yourself and about other things where you couldn't imagine. So we're here now, Miss Producer. We have something from Shan. Make we see where Shan are going with. Shan.
This video, I'll teach you 5 ways and reasons why we double up the words. So let's begin. Number 1, some words are like a set. The double phrase is a set. They're usually always used together, and you'll never see them, or you'll rarely see them with just one word. So for example, we have chamba chamba. Chamba chamba means like, you use chamba chamba to describe something, like if you use a dull knife to cut something and it's not, the knife isn't sharp, so the quality of the cut is kind of raggedy. You'd say it's chamba chamba, right? That's one way of using that. Chaka chaka means untidy. Fenke fenke means puny or weak. Chatty chatty means a talkative person, somebody who talks a lot, maybe talking too much. And once again, we have the black spelling, which is a common spelling. And if the common spelling and the Cassidy Gelu spelling are different, the Cassidy Gelu spelling is in green. So for chatty chatty, in Cassidy Gelu, you would probably have the double T here and you wouldn't have the Y here. So it would be like C-H-A-T-I, chatty. Kaba kaba means somebody who is unstructured or doesn't have any pride, right? So, yeah, you don't want nobody call you kaba kaba, all right? Hati hati is like a fashionable person, somebody who always dresses nicely or dresses in a fashionable way. So you call those that person a hati hati, a girl. It's a feminine term. So if somebody call you a hati hati, that means you are fashionable. You look good, you know. Picky picky is a term that can be used in a few different ways.
All right, so Shan have whole heap of things are going on. I have to check her out. Shan's Patwa Academy. Shan, man, I love your thing up. I love say you do the research because guess what? That's the key, you know. I feel good. I'm proud of you, so till.
Yeah, but Shan, one of the things that sweet me, you call it Patwa Academy. You know, in Jamaica, Jamaican language and academy now go together. Because academy, a learning, school, important. So, you know, when you call it the Patwa Academy, you show people say this is something you can teach and something you can learn.
That's right.
Big up, big up, big up.
And so definitely thank you for your patience. I'm saying that in English, you know, just to emphasize. But which language emphasize more? Sir, me glad you wait. And me I look forward to hear what you say, Andre, come. Unmute.
All right. Evening, everybody.
Evening.
Thanks for the invite from the JLU. Glad to be here with all of you. I don't really do Zoom a whole lot, so you know, bear with me. But just to give a little background on me, I'm a Mandeville I come from. I'm a Mandeville man. Born and raised in Mandeville. Got Manchester High School from 90 to 95.
Wait, me have to stop you. You're one of the sensible man them when say them come from Mandeville and go Manchester. Because you never said an idiot man who can't say them come from Mandeville and then come from Manchester because of certain foolishness. Anyhow, got you. Big up here, enough respect.
Yeah, big up yourself.
We get that, but we'll forget past that now. You see what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Because it's kind of smart. So anyway, we come from, we go Manchester High School from 90 to 95. And we did more fascinated with the technological side. So we used to bug like Mr. Blair and things for going at the computer lab and mess around with the computer. We have the computers from them time. You understand? When everybody never think it popular for mess around with computers, used to call we geek but the world, you know. But anyway, fast forward, never do so hot at Manchester High School, never get enough subjects and things. Somebody move on, me and my best friend.
So hold on, why you think that was? Because you never focus on nothing else but on the computer, or what makes you think you never do so good?
The problem was they never have enough to challenge us. You understand? Because
that's the problem.
It was so to us, we just fly through all of this and then we get bored. So then it's like we didn't need other things to challenge us, but they saw that as defiance. So it was like, all right, you know, fitting at this mold. So then you're the outcast. You see what I'm saying? But we said that. Never do so hot at Manchester High School, but then go homeward from 95 to 97, pass every single subject on the tech. Yeah. But I said we never have the capacity to do it. It's just that we did young and we just never challenged at the time. So, after home we're done now, we migrated and I came to the States, and that's when I enrolled to go to State University in New York. We were living in New York at the time. And even when we came here, and here when I said earlier, I would like the whole Jamaican culture, when people just come for the first time and then I try to assimilate, it's like you really don't know what to do with the culture, because it's like, yeah, try to fit in and stuff like that. And it did kind of tough. But then after a while, as you start get older, you start noticing when people find out, say, Jamaica you come from, there is such a level of intrigue where they really want to find out what's going on with Jamaica, that you really start to see things from a different perspective. You see what I'm saying?
You start value the language and the culture.
May I tell you, because what happened is, while you're in it, you know, you can't see it, because you think, say, boy, you know, can't wait for left and all them something there. And then as soon as you left, you can't wait to come back, because your sister know when you're
yeah, that's right.
And some of the things I'm like, no, where we used to take for granted. You understand? We have to whole heap of money now to get to see them a little bit just with that little experience. So, you know, I try to explain that to a lot of people, but them not get it. But anyway, long story short, so I'm going to go to college for a little bit. I did major. Actually, my background is not even teaching. You know what I mean? My mother was a teacher, and then my father used to work at Alcan, so he was an electrician back then. You understand? So when we go to college now, we decide to go take up business, because everybody say, yeah, man, by the way, if you go, you know, come on, business go put on suit and time, make a whole heap of money. Furthest thing from the truth.
Them trick you.
You see what I'm saying? So anyway, long story short, 9/11 happened, and then we end up to join the military. And after army now, we did deployed overseas at Iraq for a year. And while we did it, we really couldn't move freely like how we did really want to move. And so we did need to find things to do to pass the time. No, me did always fascinated with languages and stuff like that. So me, when me do know, me order a Spanish book and me start learning it in my downtime. Because me figure say, all right, that's something when me come back now, me can use it because only for people which part we live, them speak Spanish. So me start speak the Spanish now, and then me start bounce it off for the brother them and the lady them over there that were of Hispanic background. And then me start to see the similarities between how them talk and how Patwa kind of have its own little, you see what I say? So from back them time, you know, me did start a pre-war going with that. So in any case, come back from Iraq, I know we're back here so now. And then the relationship we make ended up in I'm married to somebody that was born in Portugal. So now me abandon Spanish and then me start learn Portuguese.
And Portuguese and Spanish very close, you know.
Very close, but them have a lot of differences between the two.
Mm-hmm.
When me start break down the thing now, me start say, all right, cool. But anyway, my whole thing is, if me married to somebody from another culture, you understand? When them come around, we a chat Patwa, me don't want them to feel like them is an outcast or alienated, because me know what that is like. When you're there around people where they must speak like a totally different language and everybody a laugh and thing and you can't keep up with the conversation, then you start feel uncomfortable and you start feel like say you don't matter. You understand?
They might chat you.
They might chat you. So we start, you know, with her, we start put pen to paper and me's a layman, you understand? So me like to break down things to the nuts and bolts and approach it from that the angle to say, all right, if me not gonna explain this to a 5-year-old, how would I explain it to make them get it? Mm-hmm. So when we start break down the thing, and we start notice the patterns them and stuff like that, that's when we start say, oh, okay, all right, so let me show you certain kind of rules. You can apply them in more than one situation, and even without you knowing the raw Patwa itself, you can actually make sense of what Gwaan. You see what I say? So after we did that, I see how well she took to it. And then when we bring her around, people now we actually speak Patwa, and they might speak English for accommodate her. I said, no, not speak no English, speak the Patwa so she can get the practice. And she was following along. So then when a light bulb go off in my head now, I say, all right, cool. Let me see if I can put something together from my technological background when I work with for all these years and put like a little channel together. So that's what I did. Let me start doing like a couple of YouTube videos at the beginning. I didn't really have a structure per se because I did kind of wing it. But then after I put it out, I see the kind of feedback where they start get, and from all over the world, and that's when I know say, yo, Jamaican culture is really bigger than we actually imagine how big it is. You understand? There's not a whole lot of different countries where you can go and mention Jamaica and people don't know about Bob Marley or Bolt or the food or the music. We have such a huge impact on the world. I think we're the only ones who can say that. So after I started doing that, I started notice how people took to it and then how the channel started to grow. And then we start branching off in other little things. Like, all right, other people, they want me to tutor them. When we said, I don't really have the time, we can't tutor people one-on-one. So then we started like a little chat room. And then from there, we started seeing people that show up from Italy, from the Netherlands, from Costa Rica, from all over Africa. And then, it's like the thing come together. And even people who not speak all these different tongues where everybody come together and speak Jamaican Patwa. So that's the encouragement that I got to keep on going. And then from all the years of me that do it now, I decide, all right, me just take everything when I learned so far, try to see if I can refine the thing and put one little book together. You see what I say? So I understand, it's not the JLU system, you understand? But like me that talk to my cousin one time and I tell her, I said, think of me as like the gateway drug. You see what I say? So when we get to introduce to the Patwa, and then if you want to take that step higher, then you can fine tune it. That if you know how to use the thing and you can communicate, then actually it serves you better and you have a better time. A whole heap of people go concerts and things, and them love the beat and them love the music, but me sure know so don't love to understand what the artists are. But I try to see if we can bridge that gap. So that is, that's my purpose meeting, for try to see how we can do my little part for forward the culture, for move the culture.
Well,
and and even though the gateway drug kind of sound away, when you learn the language and you feel where you understand it now, you get a high. Yeah.
Right. So sorry about
me see it, you know. And
me love it.
Any effort where you put in it, Andre, I know for your fault, you know. Because you see, if the government did open up the thing and make where I teach the Patwa, you would have known just Cassidy jail, you right in the system, and I love the effort.
Running, that is the problem. I was running that because it's like me, I say, all right. Because we never get formally taught from the beginning. You understand? Yeah. How me know? Me can't teach something women don't know. You understand?
You make up something that makes sense to you.
Right. Package it the best way me can for actually people can understand it. You see what I'm saying? And then
that normal and is expected of a language where you chat but you're not right. So don't worry about that. Nobody can accompany you for that. But may I have free lessons for teach you know for writing. So you can log on to that. I wake up early for the Japan people them. I'm very enthusiastic and excited about them something. So my day of phone and I'll send out just give me a look of money when you get a thing. Anyway, so Carolyn.
Yes, Carolyn. Where you say now?
Your face look so everybody in the chat. No, me just look for your face a while ago. I said we don't know your face look so.
Oh, my face look.
I don't know you look like you know that thing deep. Very deep.
Oh man, it's a whole serious things we are talking about, you know, because we are talking about the fact that in Jamaica, we don't understand the value of our culture and the global impact. When you tell people, say, you know, me used to teach like a course a telephone company a long time. And one of them, we give them like a multiple choice exam. And one question I put on it, true or false. English is an international language, but Jamaican is spoken only in Jamaica. You know when the people get catch? And 1 and 2 cents of the people and the thing say, what if people outside of Jamaica speak the language? But you see, I just have this mentality that Jamaican is a local language. And we don't understand how it's gone broad. You know?
If you realize, say, is a people make and bring a language, you know, not the other way around. And Jamaica, which part of Jamaican people local are stay one place? Which part? With the everywhere, anywhere that Timbuktu you can think about. Right now, I feel like if you dig up and I see a couple Jamaican under there. Live with the everywhere. And that's what we
walk with the culture. We walk with the culture.
Now, Carolyn, did you know that since 1971, UNESCO say languages spoken by fewer than 10,000 people potentially are dead. Now Jamaican not in that category there because a whole heap we chat the language. But you see, where we put penny, believe it or not, can cause the language for dead. Now if you know, most of when we chat Patwa, we sound more Englishy. For them I'll get the picking them be a lick for tap chat Patwa. So what happen now is that the picking them now for them picking if you chat Patwa, and as you go over year after year after year, and them say the Creole they on one continuum, that is a theory. And so if we continue so you know, very soon everybody are going to talk one mixture of Patwa and English, and you see the pure, beautiful Patwa where the purest form there St. Elizabeth now. I done and gone with it now. Very soon. So we have to preserve, we have to keep the language going, and the writing system are one of the top way that we preserve it. Top way. All right. May I hear now? So we have one clip from Andre to see some of what Andre they got along with there. Andre, big up yourself for the book. Let's go. Am I read one story? Me not hear nothing. You not hear?
No, me not hear nothing.
Not hear nothing.
On it. She take away all the rock them round.
Start over.
I mean, not see nothing there now.
Start over. Where the tech people them there? Back it up, back it up.
He's the selector.
Come in, come in.
Okay.
Rosie Rabbit's radish. Rosie Rabbit, have one radish. Rosie take good care of her radish. She rake up the ground around it. She take away all the rock them round it. Rosie rakes and rakes, even in rain. She not get no rest. Come for a ride, say Ricky Rooster. Make we go roller skate, say Rita the raccoon. But Rosie would rather take care of her radish. When night come, Rosie sit down in her rocking chair. She read to her radish and she play the radio. The radish grow big, big. Soon, the radish they ripe. It ready for pick. Rosie tie one rope round the radish. Rick and Rita help her pull up the radish root. What a rare radish. It red and it round and it big, big. Rick and Rita help Rosa roll the radish down at the street. What will Rosa do with the radish? She take it go at the fair and she'll win one big blue ribbon.
Thank you, and sorry, I know Xavier, I know Andre that, no Xavier. Sorry, Xavier. Sorry.
No problem. That was me. That is how I read to my kids. Yeah. I used to read the storybooks and I would take all the storybooks and read it to my kids, and that is how I was teaching them Patwa.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I feel like say you need to make sure you come on board JLU team. We have a translator here, so we have the research assistant here, so no, sir. We're good to go, man. We're good to go. I am so happy. I never know. I don't even know how I feel good. This is such a good present for Mother Language Day for me.
I want to mention something that Carolyn talked about, and there is someone in the chat that can attest to this, because there's a bigger platform, a bigger issue here. With us not recognizing it, us meaning Jamaica, the Jamaican government not recognizing it as a language. Everywhere else in the world, it is recognized as a language. Jamaicans.com used to get 2 requests a year from formal companies for translators, paid translators. There's a lady right now in the chat, Carrie Ann, big up Dr. K, okay, who is a writer for Jamaicans.com, and she would get paid by companies to translate Jamaican. So if you're translating something, isn't it a language?
Yeah.
Definitely is. Matter of fact, me can attest to that too. Right now, me have a pending work for translate Jamaican. And by the way, as me said that, me want to know for everybody who are watch we, for know say Jamaican are the name where we are call it when we are planning the language. So you still have people call it Patwa, but we have to get used to the Jamaican, because you know the confusion there with the French Creole Patwa and full Patwa and whatnot. Maybe that them that try eliminate, me not sure, but that could be one of the reasons. But Jamaican are where we are call it.
Yeah,
so
yeah. People in France speak French, and in Germany them speak German, and in Japan and in Jamaica we speak Jamaican.
Thank you.
Done. Argument done.
Argument done. Yeah. Yes. So I will leave that if you know about it. The language them, the West African language them, we are part of Jamaica. Listen, me do linguistics for my first degree and some for my master's too. And you see when me sit down in a lecture them and listen to where people them tell me about Jamaican, I couldn't believe, man. I couldn't believe. And I want to tell you, say, no, if me not lie, don't quote me, but if me not lie, I think But a school name, one University of Canada, Harvard, actually have a Jamaican course, Harvard.
Yes.
And there is another school in Canada. I remember the name.
Also
Waterloo. I think it's Waterloo.
And to cut it just a little bit, so I interviewed this person on my channel. He's from Martinique, and he did a course in his university on Jamaican Patois. So there are other universities overseas who offer Jamaican Patois as courses. So
and York University as well.
Yeah.
I want to add also
as well.
For the students that are listening and thinking about going to university, you can get what they call it when they say you can pass a subject, you can take a test. If you can, there are students I know that have used Jamaican as a way to get out of that language requirement for college. So students, you can do that. You prove, you know what they did was they used proof. They write to us. They write to Jamaicans.com and ask for a test, saying, hey, is this a language? Yes, it is a language. And they pull up books. They pull up all of this stuff. They go back, and those 3 credits, they get credit for 3, the language credit, because they attest that Jamaican is a language.
Yes, man.
And also you have some apps now, or some learning websites that list Jamaican Patois as a language. So I know that on italki, if you want to learn Jamaican Patois, you can go on it and it's listed there as a language by itself. So, and for people out there who want to teach Jamaican Patois also, that's a good, it's not an app, it's a website. It's like I don't know what to call it, but you can go on there and teach people on there who want to learn Jamaican Patois, and it's there as a language by itself now, which is really good, because usually you don't see that in a lot of places, but I guess all of those are changing now.
Carolyn, big things are going indeed.
Yeah.
Big things really are going.
Man, true. I better fix my face. I better fix my face before you bad me up again.
No, me never bad you up. Just say that. The government need to stop going like, you don't notice. Yeah. You notice. Time for something to do now, man. And then when the Jamaican cut loose, the Jamaican sign language will fall back at it same soon. I'm passionate about my sign language too. Now I want to tell you, say, no, I had 3 people in my community where sign, them not talk, and I want them teach me sign language, you know. And while them teach me American sign language. And then after me learn for sign that now in say, you know, say we have Jamaican sign language.
Yeah.
When I go UA, them never offer the course it as more that in the red it. But
when Jamaican sign with plenty more style and body language.
And no most man, cause we that. I love it, so Taylor. So one thing I want to ask, anybody now can answer. When you did do the research, I know say Shan find jail you, Jenny, Samaru, Xavier, and Andre, you did see nothing come up about Jamaica language unit?
No, not in my research. I never really find nothing. The closest I find to Jamaica language unit is my cousin Joanne Richards. She have the New Testament. Yes. So better get that forwarded. I'm gonna get a copy of it. I made her read it and I check it out, and that I would actually see in the credits with the JLU and the Cassidy system. So I never really have experience or did introduce to that before that. So it wasn't ready. It never readily available.
That means that we need to start put out more things with the name of JLU.
10 years ago, I mean, I know really something was there because I did eventually find it. But it wasn't something that was, readily available, right? It's like me dig and me see something, but I didn't really understand it too much. But I did agree that, boy, I want to find that I had a hard time representing what I was writing. I wanted it to reflect the way that we actually talk, because we don't say road, we say road, and I realized that the sound different, and how can I write R-O-A-D? And, you know, that's not how we would say it. Not only that, there were so many inconsistencies I define with the English language in terms of how it's spelled versus how it pronounced. And I said, we can't use the same way that how it write in English for representing the Jamaican language. So I said, no, sir, but I forgot to find a different way. But, and so I did, I saw the, what was it? The alphabet, I think. Something with the alphabet. But like, we never have, you know, no much more information at the time. And so, anyway, right now I log on to it, and I am a part of the JL, me in one class now at the University of Indies to learn a little bit more about the right way to write. And for the chaka, when we make that little video there back in January, we never start the course yet, but I learned that. So I should have seen a little bit more improvement over the next couple of episodes. All right.
Andre,
So
what I call it? The what kind of drug? Where is it?
Gateway.
The gateway drug.
So
we love it, we love it.
When we started in 95,
Go ahead, Xavier.
No, what I was saying is when we started in 95, we weren't aware of the language unit. I don't know if it was around back then.
It never exists yet.
Right. And then I became familiar with Professor Devonish there, and he has written a few articles on Jamaicans.com about Patwa, and he and I communicate a few times and so on, and that is when I became aware, through Professor Devonish about the language unit, and the same graphic that was put up there. Yeah, man, we're all familiar with that graphic there, so that there was, when I saw that, I was like, yes, yes, sort this out.
That's the thing when me say I come up when you search feed. So when me think we have to do better now, we have, since the government are lay upon the thing, we can do it, if we have put out a good content out there, and when somebody type in Jamaican or Jamaican Creole or whatever, them find the information, we have done something good. So
recently, there's a lot of material, well, relatively a lot of material online. There are a lot of books. There are a lot of books written in the Cassidy JLU writing system. There is a lot of relatively speaking, more than what there was before. But my problem is when I'm doing the research for to find etymology, finding the origin of words, that is not available, number one. And the things that are available, they're scholarly works, and then you have to, they're not accessible to the public. Yes, I'm like, why is all the research about Jamaica, I have to go on somewhere and buy this article? I mean, I understand the work that these people put in it, because most of them is some PhD papers or something like that. But I want access. There is no access. I have to be buying books in order to get access to the information that I need. And the books are not cheap. And the JLU, the writing, how to write Jamaica book, the book here, this never cheap. This never cheap.
Wait. Let me ask you something. Why everything for you in foreign language supposed to be cheap? Hi.
No, me not say it's supposed to be cheap. Me just say because of the price, the accessibility is not there. If me never really want it, actually, they really want it. And then the shipping,
you know how much money people spend per hairstyle? Then tell you hairstyle money.
No, me understand, because even when I spoke to Eric Rosenfeld, the author for Jamaica Sorrows, he was telling me that the research and the effort that he put in, was a lot, and it took him years. I understand that, but even separate and apart from the books, because without the cost or whatever, you can still get it if you want it. But the majority of the research, it's there, but it's not accessible.
Yes, the language, right, really so right. I think this is one of the problems. This is one of the problems where the university people them have. Them don't know how to talk to normal people. And them have to find a way to translate from the academic language to plain English.
Agree 100. I agree 100% with you.
Because they're just talking to one another. Them not talking to the rest of it. You see my newspaper column? Me don't write no sentence with no 100 words in it, and sentence with the subject and the object malice one another. You know, you have to write, me don't have no whole heap of you know, no whole heap of long sentence with whole heap of clause and simple, straightforward. I did not mean to say that what you're saying is not, you know, sophisticated. But you don't have to express it in that complicated way to get the ideas across.
If me have me way, me do away with it, man. This thing named academic English, me not like it. Me not like it. Me feel like say you this assessing thing where you could have make simpler, 50 time harder. Who come up with it? They fit do away with it, man.
It have its use because it's a way.
It has its place, but
you know, and it's like the language of the church and the monastery. And when remember when there's a time in England where only Latin and French are run things and ordinary English coming like for Jamaican language. A chance of one of the people they will put on their foot and say, "I'm gonna write in a for me English." You understand? So it's a whole process. A whole,
you're absolutely right. One of our viewers, Carrie Lee Grant, say, you have to consider the audience. And I know we're talking language, but this is one of the things that get to me. I know we use the word, and I think it's now there, but the word diaspora, right? Yeah. Half of the folks I used to talk to, what is that? Is that some type of academic word? And whatever, because they're thinking it's just for a class of people, not understanding that it's anyone who's overseas, anyone from a country that's overseas.
But it come from Greek, all it means is spread. People then were spread all about. But we use words and we alienate people. People them don't understand what we are saying.
Well, yes. Come this member one picnic. Sorry, we have one picking in our class. Sorry. Me ask the beginning what diaspora mean. He says so like somebody granny name.
Exactly. Old fashioned. Don't mean nothing to the people there.
It don't mean nothing.
You hear the word all the way. Me say you ever hear it? Enough time. Wait mean. You don't know but him think it sound like somebody granny name.
I'm telling you, they started a movement and you didn't get, a lot of traction because the lay people just, you use simpler words that lay people know. Just spell it out like it is.
Jamaicans abroad.
Yes. Yardie. If you're Yardie, simple as that. Because listen, if you're in Jamaica, you're not call yourself Yardie. Yes. But if you live abroad, you're Yardie. Right?
People say yard, a slang. But them could say Jamaicans overseas, Jamaicans outside of Jamaica. But it's because it's a certain mentality, a certain language where people use to sound important. That is a problem. They don't really want to communicate. They want to show off what them know.
Yeah. But because of language, language dynamic, so language are going to change with the people them. Yeah. Now, remember a conversation but we have earlier, right? Where Andrea say, if no one do the girl will think of foolishness and whatever, but I take it to you that member say, language are people create language, So if we say Patwa, say Jamaican have it writing system and we good and ting. 200 years from now, girl living in the lingua, a part of the legislation. Because so language turn.
Yes.
So we have to accept and open and know say, right now we are say, boy, they don't want chat Patwa, but 20 years down the line, we who start with a jail, you can see the writing system here. It have got change. And we have to open ourselves to say, here what, then write it so again. So you have to move with the flow. Same thing.
You know, one of the problem with English writing system, what I call it chaka chaka, the pronunciation and the language change and the spelling don't change. The spelling conservative. Certain words, I can't how them spell. Them used to pronounce it like that. But it stopped pronounced like that, and instead of them change up the spelling, I can't how them now pronounce it. Them hold on to the whole spelling. And that is the problem.
Pride in your language, Caroline. Them proud of it. Already not make sense. Me proud of it. And we need a kind of
Thoroughh. One time them this pronounce so thorough. All of them they pronounce it, but it not pronounced like that again. Now it's gone to true, but it not spell true. It's still over until the whole time spelling.
Spell the word there again.
Thoroughh. Thorough. And all them things.
What scenario that they would do?
So I have a question in terms of the language unit. So because again, it sounds like there's some big things going on there, and the teaching of the correct spelling and so on. Are y'all putting out any new material in terms of the spelling and all of that sort of thing? Because I can tell it's always a challenge. You're writing something and you're like, oh, how do I, always a challenge.
As a junior,
from you learn the system now, the challenge gone, because that is just how, that is why you see when I write my column, I put once a month I write in Jamaican. I use 2 spelling systems to try to show the people them. These are the chaka one.
Dr. Cooper, I'm going to say to you that a lot of us want to read your column, but glean behind a paywall now.
No, my column is not on that.
You're not on the paywall, okay.
No, me tell them anytime them put me on the paywall, me stop write for them because I want people to read my copy when I write. But
all right.
The way them call it, in fact, I can't remember what is the term that them use now. One of my friends in Singapore asked me, how come me not into that? Are they saying that my column is not important enough to be? He said, me don't want to be. We can't remember what them call it again. And the joke about it, I am not sure that they're making any money off of it, because I think the people them just now bother with them. So they might as well just free up the thing.
To answer your question, Mr. Xavier, as a very junior linguist, make a quick take away myself from that the conversation there. We try, linguists try to stay away from words like correct, right? We don't want to say correct. You can say planned, prescribed, maybe, but we don't want to use word like a correct, because as me did say earlier, eventually that spelling there.
It will change.
But jail you, just link jail you. Them basically have the language plan already, I just wait for the government go ahead, So them have everything where you want. And as me say, it easy subtle. You see, from you learn the consonant them and the vowel them.
Easy. Let me tell you. Say jail you translate the primary school book them into Jamaican. And then they use that to teach. So, I must say 5 school, them did run an experiment. Them come out, them can chat the 2 language, them can read and write in the 2 language. Me see 1, 2, look up on TV. Back and forth. So the jail, you do all of the work. It's just for the government now to have the vision to say, make we try it. I mean, plenty parents would I say, we can experiment probably teach them in a Jamaican, because if them not learning English now. So if anything else we try, why we wouldn't try something else? But I back to it, them don't want to pick them learn English, because if everybody can talk English now, then I'm not over the pick them. That is, listen, that I am convinced that that is a real problem. They want to maintain the class system. And if this new way of teaching English is going to work, they're going to sabotage it.
So I just want to interject a little something here. You know, we're talking earlier about we not have to wait, you know, we not have to wait for government, you know, and I mentioned also that I'm doing this course with the JLU, with the linguistics department. And, you know, a part of my motivation really was to learn this writing system, because I really felt like there's such a huge gap in, you know, in this way of presenting our language. And I believe that it would go a very far way if we could just adopt this standardized system. I'm saying, now wait on no government. Since this is available through the university, I'm going to take it on, I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to try see if I can come out and writing the language in, as they call it, the chaka-chaka way. And then now just use the platform that I have to try and promote this way. Even when I write my friend, my family, I'm going to start introduce them to that way. And then I realize that them take time, little change up how them write. You know, it takes time. You know, for me, I'm probably a little few more weeks into it than say them, but it helps, you know. And the more, if each of us, no, I'm not really put nobody on this podcast, you might not have that same mission on it, but for me, me just say, I recognize that the more of us, especially as we try, you know, promote our language and culture, recognize the importance of standardizing the way we present the language. It will make a huge difference to how our language is perceived. And try that, I mean, you have to go write over a book right away, you know, and straighten it up, you know. You know, but you know, it takes time. But
second edition, third edition, fourth edition.
You realize the audience when me I present to, them I take time right back home, me I write it. I mean, you know this Cassidy JLU system going forward to try and standardize things, and let's see where all of this are gonna go.
Let me tell you, when I write my first book, you see, I have a chapter in it. Half of it was in English, next half in Jamaican. I didn't get the JLU, never exists yet, but me get somebody who is associated with it, Celia Blade. She'll write out this thing for me in the Cassidy system. And when, you know, the impact it have, when you read an academic paper, it in English, and all of a sudden switch to Jamaican. Let me tell you, that paper has been published more than one academic setting. But the other thing is when we did write a column, Mr. Cargill, respect due, when Maurice Cargill had this with language and him write how him dog speak Poodleys, and the Poodleys coming just like the Jamaican language, so we are dog. And let me tell you, when we write that thing, one of the things where one gentleman where was delivering letter in my neighborhood, Mr. Sewell, him say, when him see the thing, him say, and I will never forget this, him say, it full the space of our real African language. When him see how the thing look different from English, him say, it full the space, it make him realize, say, it coming like we are said, this is a African language. You understand? And that's what the thing is. If Jamaican language is what African people create, when they force on English and you take the English and you break it up and you make it adapt to suit your African language. That is what happened. Yeah. And we can't deal with that. We can't believe that African people create this new language, a new world language, different from them African language, different from English, and create something brand new.
And on a day
instead we celebrate that, we say a bad English. I know bad, as Miss Lou said, if Jamaica is broken English, is also a broken tree, and the other African language that.
Thank you. English and broken German and broken Latin and broken this. But on a day like today, when we celebrate mother language, we just want to highlight, say, Creole, French Creole, bust out of the pack, official alongside them French and English in a year today.
Yeah.
Papiamento, bust out of the pack, mixture of Portuguese, Spanish, something else.
Dutch. Dutch.
That is a Creole to official language beside the other language.
Yeah, the Seychelles. In the Seychelles.
We have Andre's work to showcase. Oh my gosh. We have time selector. We can sell a piece of something. You should have tell me, man. And we don't have only for time, so we have to go over there, go say what Andrea got. Quick.
Wagwan, guys. Today I'm going to try to help you improve your Patwa comprehension and listening skills.
Yeah.
A little technique we use often that I like to refer to as blending. It is how we merge certain phrases and sentences into sometimes what sound like one word. We're going into the weeds just a little bit on this one. So when you hear Patwa full speed, it will start to make more sense. But first, let me welcome you back to the channel. Thanks for the support. If it's your first time and you're not familiar with Jamaican Patwa, check out the earlier lessons to catch up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get the alerts every time we post new material. More practice lessons are also available on the free Memrise app that you can access from your computer, Android, or iOS devices. All right, so with the help of our whiteboard, the first commonly blended phrase we're going to look upon is "weyase." Now, even though it may sound like one word, it is the common greeting "what you are say" at full speed. Now, the "wa" is shortened to just the W. You and "a" merge to sound like "ya," and the "se" is added to the end, resulting in the phrase "weyase." Now, don't confuse this with phrases like "where I go," which is "where are you going?" So even though they sound similar, now from the context, you'll be able to figure out if it is "wa" for what or "where" for where. All right, so here are some more examples of "wa" versus "where" at full speed that you'll be able to get from the context. Now remember, nothing changes in the way we write Patwa. I just made these words as a reference to how it will sound full speed and to help your pronunciation. So the most common ones are "weyase," which is "what are you saying?" What you are saying. "Weyado," which is "what are you doing?" What you are doing. "Weyago," which is "where are you going?" Where you are go. "Wemde," which is "where is he?" Where him there. No.
Wow. Big up yourself, Andre. Oh, go on with me. Big up yourself,
Okay.
Andre. Love it.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. I mean, know that take time. Andre, me need to link you regarding them, what you call that? Animation? Are you doing it?
Yeah. We put the animation them together, but that is a whole heap of work. Just forget like a 2-3 minute video. Sometimes edit for 2-3 days. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a whole heap of work because you have to do everything, do every single aspect. It's a whole heap of work. But it's well worth it because you actually get out it's people are drawn to cartoons because it brings back the inner child in you. You see what I'm saying? So when you watch certain cartoons, you pay more attention. So that's the reason I go that route with that. But going forward, we can commit to that. We use
advertise still, where it look like them do it for you. So maybe I can check out one of them new app. I don't know the name for cars.
Yeah, man, technology always evolve. So them always come up with better ways to do things. So yeah, man, that not gonna be a problem.
All right, Shanae, Xavier, Jania, tell me please, Jania,
yes.
Caroline, I'm so glad I've met you guys. I used to watch, let me tell you the truth, I saw Jania's videos before this, long time, but I didn't see anybody else's. So big up yourself, Jania. I don't know what I was searching for one day and I see it. And I liked what you had. I love your characters. You have your wardrobe up, I saw one of those where
the St. Thomas thing.
See. So Caroline will take us out, but
yeah, you know, so the time fly off. Thank all for coming on the program today, man. I know you can. What you say, Danny?
We want to remind them, so we're gonna put the links for all our guests them so them can go check out them content and things and subscribe and so and check them out all the while. And remember, everybody here, make sure say you subscribe to Braadkyaas Jamaican. We have the Jamaican news daily now. It come regular, very regular, like Oliver Travels. So no worry yourself, log on and not just news. They put out what this would have depend on the page along with Wally other Jamaican related stuff. So check we out. Take it away.
Man. Yes, so you can catch up on March 7th for the next Big Tingz A Gwaan show. Right just upon the Braadkyaas Jamaican YouTube channel. If you now follow the channel, make sure say before you left, you subscribe and make sure say you click the little bell so you can know when Braadkyaas Jamaican post anything. Happy International Mother Language to everybody and walk good. We're going to let you know with our whole time mentor song, Jamaica Talk.
Big up yourself. Tune selector what me dance. You know, so me can't wait for dance. Our mentor dance go, Caroline.
Hey, whole time thinking.
Tourists want to know what we talk, what kind of language we speak. We tell them say it's from English land, but them still say them don't understand. What we are saying, what we are saying. The tourists them are ask, what we are saying. I went one morning down the street and I heard them ask where we eat. One and I say go north and west, and there you will find the very best. And I want we are saying, I want we are saying. The tourists them are ask, I want we are saying. Them don't understand is what we mean. When we tell them say them look like green, them look so nice as them walk about. You fall for them without a doubt. Then I want we are saying, I want we are saying. The tourists them are ask, I want we are saying. I met one lady I walk one day. She say it's where I can find to stay. I said go straight and follow your nose, and there you will find a sweet repose. What we are saying, oh, I what we are saying. The tourists them are ask, I want we are saying. She still a look like she don't understand, and she say, what did you say, my good man? I tell her again, the fella she knows, but she still look like in a dose. I want we are saying, I want we are saying. The tourists them are ask, I want we are saying. English they say, it's French no doubt, and them still try to figure it out. What we are talk, what we are say, when we tell them say, what we are say, what we are say, what we are say. The tourists them are ask, what we are say.